After the incident that closed Jurassic World back in 2015, the humans on Isla Nublar were evacuated back to the mainland, and the dinosaurs were abandoned and now roaming free around the island. One of the buildings that the Indominus Rex damaged in its wake was the geothermal power plant, which ran the entire park. On its own, this isn't a big deal, but it would later lead to a catastrophic event that would change the lives of many dinosaurs forever. Meanwhile, on the mainland, the United States government decided to launch a nuclear missile on the island to rid it of the dinosaurs once and for all before more trouble could ensue. Some people were against this idea and say that the dinosaurs are only animals and to an extent are part of this world. The government replied by saying they can't take any chances, and by 2016, the missile was ready for launch. They launched the missile, and as expected, it led to explosive results. It wiped out the entire plant population along with the dinosaurs in it, or so they thought. 4 years passed, and while the rest of the world was dealing with a certain pandemic, Isla Nublar was going through troubles of its own. Dr. Henry Wu, who was evacuated off the island back in 2015 during the Indominus Rex rampage, sent a group of scientists to find a piece of the hybrid and bring it back to his lab. However, the scientists never returned, which made the doctor worry. He then set out with more scientists to the island to look for the missing scientists. When they got there, they set up camp along the shoreline and began to search. At first, things were quiet, but soon the team heard a loud roar, and out of the trees came what looked like a Carnotaurus. The dinosaur in question was deformed with bulging eyes and a long tongue with burn marks all over it and slightly longer arms. It also had 6 additional horns on its head, with 6 spikes at the end of its tail and 3 spikes on its back. Dr. Wu recognized the specimen right away to be Toro, an aggressive Carnotaurus that was deemed too dangerous for the park, so she was isolated in a restricted enclosure. However, what he couldn't understand was how Toro became this way in the first place. He asked the capture team to bring the Carno down so he could take a sample of her DNA and study it. Dr. Wu's mind was blown by what he discovered. Toro's DNA was radioactive, meaning that it was the radiation that mutated Toro into what she was now. He then came to the conclusion that instead of killing the dinosaurs, the nuclear missile had mutated them into horrific monsters. Dr. Wu then decided to stay on the island with a research team to study the environment a bit more, and he would make many discoveries along the way. In this series, we will be talking about the creatures that were affected by the nuclear blast of Isla Nublar and how it affected the environment. This is Jurassic World Nublar Fallout.